I got a very important question to ask you today, Gordon. Many students, they ask us, they want to buy a gong, but they don't know where can they put their gong at home. And several students, they bought a gong and they put in the box for months, and they hardly open the box to play the gong. So what's your suggestion?
Yeah, this is a really important question, actually, I think, and very common.
Before that, please subscribe our YouTube channel and press notification bell in select all notification and give a thumb up. We got many video every week. Every week we got video for you. Yes?
So I think the problem's exacerbated, particularly in this part of the world, although increasingly in England, people live in ever smaller houses and apartments. And often they're sharing it with other family members. You know, you've got a partner, you've got children, young children, perhaps even the elderly parents, and it can be a problem because, you know, everybody's competing for the same space and they're doing different things in them. So what do? How do you go around tackling it? Well, I'd like to suggest a few different kind of coming at the problem from different angles that perhaps people haven't thought of before.
Yes.
The first one is... have a conversation with the people you're sharing the house with. Get their support.
How about the 3-year-old kids?
Yeah, including the 3-year-old kids. I mean, obviously, it's really important to get your support from your partner.
The kids.
And elderly parents. You're going to have a different conversation with the parents than you would with your partner, and certainly with young children.
If they say no, what can you do? Because some parents don't want new stuff.
Well, I don't know. What can you do? You have a conversation with them. You try and win them round. I mean, if they're going to say no, then what do? You do. If your partner says no, what do? Not buy a gong or divorce your partner. I don't know. I mean, you've got to try and win their support, try and persuade them, and share your enthusiasm for it. I think that's the point, number one.
And number two?
Number two is to think of the gong as another piece of furniture. A new piece of furniture. Think of it like you do. We've got to get a new sofa. We're going to replace the sofa we've got, but actually it's a bigger sofa, or we've got to buy a table. We're buying a new piece of furniture, and how are we going to reorganize the space?
Reorganize.
So I think of it like that, and it will help you to look at how you can put pieces of furniture and even different activities in different spaces. You know, I think that's one thing. The second thing,
reorganize your space.
Yeah, or think about how you can, and try and keep a sense of the feng shui of the situation.
But many people say that they have I think many people, they got a wrong conception about idea about the gong. They thought, they need a big space.
Well,
I think maybe because they come here, this is a big space studio, so they say, I don't have that big space.
Big space with bigger gongs than this is an enormous gong we've got behind us.
They have misunderstanding about the
how much
space
room they
to put.
take up.
So the third.
Yeah. How much room they actually take up. And this is where you really do need to get your tape measure out and look. It's not so much the gong, actually, that's the other thing.
Feet.
Gongs are very thin, as we know. They're very narrow. They can be very wide, but they're very thin. My friend and colleague Sheila in England, Sheila Whitaker, very well known gong player and teacher there, used to be a near neighbour of mine, and she lived in a very small house up the road from me. And when she called me one day and said, I've just come back from Germany with my new 60-inch gong, and I was thinking, where on earth has she put that? And when I came round, she had it wedged behind her sofa. This is bigger than this, a good bit bigger than this. Wedged behind her sofa. She had to pull out her sofa to be able to play it. But you would not have thought, if you looked at the room, you would not have believed she could get such an enormous item in there at all. So it does. Corners are good.
Yeah. So actually, the third thing is that actually the gong doesn't take too much space. It's only the feet.
The feet can be an issue.
It's quite long, but the gong doesn't take too much space.
And it depends, of course, what kind of stand you've got. And how big your gong is. We haven't spoken about this at all. But they don't actually take up as much room as you think.
Corners.
We always talk about corners.
Behind the sofa.
Well, that's a radical measure.
You know what?
If you're going to get a 60-inch gong, maybe, yeah.
And you know what? One of our students in Hong Kong, she put, because Hong Kong, the apartment, the flat is so
tiny,
small, it's very tiny. Like Japan. So she decided to put her gong in her bedroom.
Now that's another thing. That's another. Living rooms in a house that you're sharing with a number of people, kids and elderly parents, for example, partners, that the living room tends to be the room that everything gets done in. And so if you've got, having said that gongs don't take up an enormous amount of room, how about a bedroom for putting it in? It tends to be more tranquil, not so well heavily used. So that's another thing to look at. Failing that. Now, you started off, Eileen, by talking about these very sad stories about students who very excitedly bought a new gong and
put in the box.
It's not just, I think, a
several students.
I think it's not just a question of space here. I think it's a question of momentum, and these two things are actually related. I think if at the end of the day, you've gone through all these attempted solutions, you've done all these things, and you're still stumped, then you can do what I do sometimes in my home in England, which is take out the gongs, play them, put them down away again, and create a very nice routine where you're doing that every day or regularly at the very least. You have the conversations that you need to have with your family about when there's the time. It's, to the young children, it's daddy's time to play his gong now, so you need to be quiet, whatever it is, and establish a routine, and don't put it in the box packed away at the back of the cupboard. Have it very easy to get out and get into a routine where it's quick to put up, and quick to take down.
You're talking on the momentum. I got two things about the putting gong in the box. The first is the energy. Put the box in the stale energy, and the second thing is that it's a human nature, out of sight, out of mind. You put something in the box or in the in the storage, you will tend to forget, because everybody every day, so many events, so many things.
But
the harder they can remember. I bought a gong 3 months ago. I never played it. Or
have a think about it, though. I mean, maybe a yoga mat isn't quite the same as a gong on a stand. But when we practice yoga, we roll out our mat, and maybe we've got other things, weights and things. When we're not using them, we put, we roll the yoga mat up and put it in the back cupboard or whatever, but we use it every day, so it's kind of at the front of the cupboard, and we bring it out and then we put it away again. We don't have the yoga mat laid. Maybe they're not quite the same thing, but I think if you get into that state of mind, then that's also a solution.
But another thing is that if people put a gong in the bedroom, or if they have to put it in the living room, what's your suggestion for them?
Oh, right. I think
sleeping with the gong.
Well, sleeping with the gong is lovely. I mean, that's fine. And in fact, you might even serenade your partner or whatever with a late night quiet gonging. But if it's in the living room, this is one thing I think is really important. If it's in the living room, in a living area, and you've
everybody's there,
and particularly young children coming around, and friends and so on, and friends of your other family members, is when you're not using it and you've got it up, put a drape over it, put something over it to and it will protect it. It can also look very nice if you've got some decorative shawl or whatever it is. Put it over the gong. children love to touch shiny things.
Yes.
And, you know,
especially
our
beautiful.
fingers if you've got finger marks on your gongs, as we always instruct our students, then they're indelible. You're not going to get them out.
And also, if there's a shawl or clothes on top of the gong, it's kind of a dust.
It is. Yeah. I think so. It's a dust barrier too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So they can look very nice. You can have a really decorative.
That's
so
like furniture. Yeah. If nobody knows apart from you, take it off.
Yeah. I mean, and so that's a related kind of safety, but also it makes the whole place look nice. Yeah.
Yes. And the most important thing is that you put out the gong. So when every time you saw this, you remind yourself, oh, it's better I allocate my time.
Yeah.
10 minutes, 15 minutes, play the gong.
I think when you're new to the gong, it's really important. I think it's like anything, if you go to a new yoga class and you don't do any practice with it and don't work on it regularly, then you're just not going to get the benefit. It's like any of these things. You've got to schedule it.
Yeah, you got to practice.
Absolutely.
So put your gong up, and you can sometimes just watch it to meditate.
Yep.
Yeah, if you put in the box, you can meditate. Oh, my gong in the box.
It is worth saying this because novice gong players aren't used to this, but it can actually have a really beneficial impact on the whole family. Having the gong in the house,
very good
vibration. It really can have a wonderful effect on the whole family. I'm not necessarily saying in the formal situations when you're actually playing it for them, but just having it around. It's a lovely positive influence.
Yes, thank you very much. And we have more videos for you. Please subscribe and press the bell. We see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.